Police running all in and out the building. What the hell is going on?
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without some Raider gospel to step to. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Man, what's good? Raider Nation, we in the building once again. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all know what you all got to do. Go ahead and don't be mean. Go ahead and double tap that screen, all right? Go ahead. Don't be mean. Double tap that screen. And if you like the Raiders or hey, you just like to be a part of the culture, go ahead and subscribe, okay? Go ahead and join the congregation. And y'all know the congregation because the congregation is where you need to be, all right? Because we on our way to that good old 1K, you know what I'm saying? So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, all right? Quit playing with yourself and subscribe. For shizzle. All right. Hey, we in the building once again. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. We are just, hey, this is just a live, you know what I'm saying, presentation for the nation. You know what I'm saying? And this is a pop-up and show Raiders. You know what I'm saying? This is just a pop-up, a random pop-up. That's why if you push the notification bell, you will know when your boy is live at the Ahern, you know what I'm saying? And we in the building. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys are coming in. Definitely. And you know, hey, the newest deacon, you know what I'm saying? Marcus Banks is in the building. And I think I got something for Marcus. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know, y'all know. All right, let me go ahead and get it from Marcus. You know what I'm saying?
We're trying to imply that I hit it? Oh no, I see what
Marcus, darling.
Hey, how you doing, Lady Eloise?
I don't have any panties on.
Lady Eloise, please.
Shout out to the newest deacon, you know what I'm saying, of the Raider Nation and the congregation. All right, Raider Twuan. Look, I'm gonna say, look, it's been a while. Let me get it right. Raider Twuan and the congregation. All right. Hey, Marcus. I need you to hit me up on IG. All right. Twuan. All right. Hit me up on IG. I need to connect with you on IG. So send me your IG so we can connect. For sure. Like my boy Thor. Navy Vet is in the building. Shout out to Navy Vet. All right, hey. Thanks for coming on in. Of course, the Deacon Marcus is in the building. Down is in the building. You know what I'm saying? Somebody calls me that, but I don't think I'm yours. Woo. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shirley. Anyway, it, Marcus, you know what to do. Navy, all right, for sure, for sure. Cool Cab, do what you gotta do, dog. And you guys, hey, let me do this. Somebody told me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me that you know, somebody's birthday is today. You know what I'm saying? And you know, hey, happy birthday to the one and only Deacon Cool Cab. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, hey, let me see if I got a little video or something, you know what I'm saying, to celebrate, you know what I'm saying, Cool Kev. You know what I'm saying? Cool Kev and his birthday. Let me see. Let me see if I got something. Hey, Cool Kev, you know what I'm saying? This is what you used to be.
Just dry.
You know what I'm saying? Cool Kev, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, used to be.
Just dry.
But he ain't dry no more. You know what I'm saying? He actually, you know what I'm saying? He got him some water, you know what I'm saying? And got lubricated. You know what I'm saying? Drink water. It's good. Anyway, shout out to Cool Kev. Hey, Cool Kev. You know what I'm saying? Look, this is what we're gonna do. Hey, Cool Kev, if you got some time, you know what I'm saying, check the IG, you know what I'm saying? We need you to pull up tonight, all right? Pull up tonight, Kev. All right. Hey, and look, I know you ain't 25, but I know you close to 27. You know what I'm saying? I know you ain't 25, but I know you close to 27. All right. So, hey, Cool Kev, happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? Blessings to you. You know what I'm saying? On this day. I hope you got, you know what I'm saying, some good food, you know what I'm saying, some good drink, and you know what I'm saying, and it is around some good people. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't hanging around me, but you was around some good people. All right? Happy birthday to Cool Kev. And you already know you can pull up, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you okay? You still out celebrating? Okay, hey, if we still live, you know you can, you know what I'm saying, you can pull up. You know what I'm saying? We need you to pull up for real. For sure. I look, hey, you guys, I have not been on live for a while. So tonight, look, I don't know how long I'm gonna be on. I don't know. Look, we gonna navigate all of this, but um, put some Raider questions down in the comment section. Maybe there was something that you was like, hey, dang, I really want Twuan to answer this. You know what I'm saying? I really was thinking, hey, Twuan should, you know, might know something about this. Shoot your questions. And we'll go from there. You know what I'm saying? There is some people I did send the link out to. We'll see if they will pull up tonight. And then again, we'll do it like that. I will say this. I want to celebrate Cool Kevin his birthday, but I also want to give because again I have not been on live for a while. My official condolences to one of the members of the congregation. I received word that one of the members of the congregation has passed away, and that is Gord Peterson. And he was a member of the congregation, and definitely a supporter of here, of this channel here at Raider Twuan and the congregation, and definitely is a member of the congregation. So my condolences and my prayers go out. Again, I've been praying for that, but definitely my condolences go out to Gord Peterson and his family at this time. During the holidays can be rough for some, and especially since this is recent, the holidays may be a little tougher for his family. So congregation, please, as much as we're celebrating Kukev, please keep Gord Peterson in your prayers and positive thoughts at this time. Actually, let's do a moment of silence for Gord right now. Thank you. Hey, look, what can we say about this two and whatever team we got? Right? I don't think anybody was expecting this, right? I'm gonna put myself out there. I'm gonna throw myself under the bus. I said that I expected that it was going to be our offense scoring well, but our defense was going to give up points. Because I didn't. These corners, they're still kind of mid to me. There's really only one person on the D line, and obviously we know that's Max Crosby. There's really nobody else really stepping out and showing themselves on the D line. And we're just, getting by with linebackers. And let me just say this. Don't be fooled by White. Yes, he's one of the top tacklers, but he's also getting picked on by offenses. The reason why he's getting all these tackles is because they're picking on him, and he's making the play after, after they've already thrown it to the guy that he was responsible for guarding. And that's where sometimes the numbers can get you mixed up, kind of get you kind of off a little bit. But, I think, as you guys put your questions in the chat, I think there's more problems. And the problems that we're having are not really what's on the field. John Leon, good to see you. Hey, John Leon, you ain't never lied here at Raider Twuan. He said, don't be fooled with Crosby and his numbers. Look, I've said this about Max Crosby, and some people don't like it. You know, I've reached out to Max Crosby and I've told him, hey, because he says on his podcast that he's trying to find every single way on how to get better and how to improve. And there's some things that I could clearly tell him on how to make him better and how to make that D line better. But again, who am I, right? Just little old me, right? But with Max Crosby, if you go back and look at his stats, right? Everybody swears that Max Crosby is all, I'm saying? He's good, but he's not to the level of these other guys. The Trey Hendricksons, the Myles Garretts, even the TJ Watts. One number that was alarming to me, and I looked at this when he got his contract, because everybody was like, did he, was he worth all that? Did he, was he worth all the money that we gave him? Was that a good contract? And what I looked at was his sacks per year. Okay. Just like the running backs, a good benchmark on if a running back does well per game is if he rushes for 100. Okay. If he gets 100 yards, that's a good game for a running back, right? But for D linemen, top D linemen, that benchmark is double digits. So that means you're getting 10 plus sacks a year. And we've added games. So that was 16 out of 10. Now we're at what, 18, 17 out of 10? So now these players have an extra opportunity to get to that 10. And unfortunately, Max Crosby's only done half of that, if that, his entire career. So, where some of these other guys that get the same treatment, double, triple, and even chipped, still get to that number. So, you guys can take that wherever, however you guys want to take that. But that's where numbers can play in your favor, and sometimes it doesn't play in your favor. And for me, it's not favorable for Max Crosby. Marcus said, when we gonna kick Geno to the curb? Hey, look. Now there's two things. Hey, there's two things, Marcus. And I've said this, and it may not be popular. Okay. I think we need to keep Geno. The reason why I'm saying we need to keep Geno before people start, trying to burn down the channel is we need a person. Remember that's next year we still got to pay him that $18 million. Okay. You pay 18. He's the starter. We draft the quarterback. He sits behind Geno. And when we feel like that person we drafted is ready, then we switch them out. And then Geno becomes that backup. Then we get rid of Geno. Okay? I don't want to draft a quarterback and have him be the immediate starter. Because I've seen the benefits of how when you draft a quarterback and you let him sit for at least half a season, if not the whole year, they come out and they're better. Okay? So you play Geno. You bring Geno back. You solidify that offensive line. You play Geno. Honestly, I think Geno will play better behind a better offensive line. But we still draft somebody. We draft Geno's replacement. And then when we feel like that quarterback has been, we're seeing him, we seeing him do good in practice, and we seeing him, you know what I'm saying? Then we bring him out. But we don't rush him out. So I think Raider fans, we're desperate for anything at this. Anything positive. Yeah, and John Leon, that's for everybody. You know what I'm saying? People cling to players, hold on to guys, and here, I always say this here, that sometimes you gotta take off that Raider hat, and really analyze who that person is, what that person is really doing. Is that person helping us? Is that person hurting us? Is that person going to benefit us by getting rid of them? We got to look at all of that. And sometimes you got to take off that Raider hat. You know what I'm saying? And really, really take a look at it. Hey, look. Hey. I'm not disagreeing with you, Marcus. Geno's play has been looking bad. But I will say that any quarterback will look better behind a better offensive line. I don't think there's anybody that's really going to play good. Like, oh my gosh, that quarterback is, because even Pickett, when Pickett got the full nod, he was scared behind that line. And until we solidify that offensive line, I don't care. And this is the other thing. I don't care who we draft. Okay. Everybody is clinging to, just like John Leon was saying, everybody's clinging to Mendoza. One thing Mendoza has an issue with is pressure. And if we don't solidify this offensive line, he's going to get pressured. And we'll be back to where we are now. We got a quarterback and our O-line sucks and we be losing games. So yes, I talk about getting a quarterback. Yes, I talk about replacing Geno. But the first and most important thing we got to do is solidify that offensive line. Shout out to Deacon D. Menace in the building. Good to see you. You know what I'm saying? Don't be mean. Go ahead and double tap that screen, y'all. Hit that like button. John Leon said Gino already checked out. Hey, look. Let me try. And this is not against you, John. So I don't want you to take offense to this. But I want you to think in this perspective. And I want everybody to think in this perspective. How many times has Gino got sacked? How many times he gets beat up behind this line? Gino, and this is another thing that people are also not looking at. Anybody thought that Gino was injured? Because he hasn't been running. Not as much as we all would like for him to run, right? So if he's injured and he's trying to do the best he can with this O-line and is getting beat up every week and still goes out there, wouldn't you check out? Oh, and I'm just talking about what's on the field. Do we need to talk about what's off the field? And again, this is where, you know what I'm saying, people ain't gonna like me, but this is the Raider gospel. We talk about what's on the field, but let's talk about what's off the field. Let's talk about the things that are said to this player in the stands, on social media, on podcasts, etc. Now, yes. I can hear Raider. I'm hearing Raider Nation in my ear. But Gino is. But it's not only on. It's not. Yeah. I hear it. I hear it. It's not 100% is not Gino's fault. Okay? It's all of it is not on Geno, but some of it is on Geno. Okay? There is some things that, yes, there is some things on Geno. But let's put all of that in a ball. You're getting beat up from an O-line that you're supposed to be trusting. And then when you try to take a break from the frustrations of your job, you're hearing it. What would you do? Yeah, actually, you guys in the chat, if you guys are here, please indulge me in that. What would you do if all of that was happening to you at quarterback? Would you check out? Would you say, forget this? I ain't gonna risk my life for this? Am I going? Are you one to flip somebody off? Because some people want to talk about that, about him flipping people off in the stands. Look, I understand, because I do hold Geno accountable for some things. There's some things that I'm like, hey, Geno, come on, dog. But there's some things within that if that was happening to you, you probably would be doing similar to what Geno's doing. And that's where I have an issue with those people that like to move the goalpost. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's not. Moving the goalpost. Marcus asks, what is your true feelings about Genty? I love Genty. When Genty was drafted, I had an issue with drafting Genty where he was, because I knew, again, the same issue we're having now is our offensive line, and I wanted us to address our offensive line, because I knew if we didn't have a good offensive line, that was what was gonna hurt eventually Genty, and it did. Genty has been officially robbed of being the offensive rookie of the year, because of this offensive line. Because if Genty had at least a half decent offensive line, Genty would have been able to be in the conversation of offensive rookie of the year. And I think Genty knows that. And I think that's some of the frustration that we're seeing out of Genty, despite even him being who he is as a player. He is carrying himself as a whole cold-blooded professional right now. because the organization has messed up Genty's bag. Because when you become offensive rookie of the year, you know what I'm saying, that adds a little more dollars to your account when you start, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to conversations, right? When that cheap labor is done and he says, remember, I was the offensive rookie of the year, you know what I'm saying? That means that I carried the ball X amount of times and got X amount of yards, et cetera, right? Genty's not fully thriving right now, and it's because of this offensive line. He is very dependent, as most running backs are, especially a rookie running back on this line. And this line has failed not only him, but this entire team. But Genty's good. And my hopes is that, again, that's why I'm really on addressing this offensive line, that Genty gets what he needs, because I think he already has. You know what I'm saying? He's the blocking situation, he's already kind of corrected that. But I think Genty's already ready to go. We just need an offensive line that actually block for him. But I think it's sad, again, very sad, that we're in a position where we've robbed our offensive rookie from that big goal, because that's a huge thing to get at a rookie. Defensive rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year. And Genty definitely would have been in that, because what has everybody been saying? Give Genty the ball. Genty needs more touches. Why did we draft him draft him that high if we're not going to give him the ball, right? Yes, that's all. That all is true. But behind that offensive line, you ain't gonna get nothing. And we've seen it. How many times has Genty ran into a brick wall? How many times, as soon as Genty touched the ball, somebody was hitting him? You know what I'm saying? He had to shake and move behind the line of scrimmage just to get to the line of scrimmage. But to answer your question, I think Genty's good. I think Genty is fine. It's just what is around him to make him be what we all know and expect for him to be. We really haven't even seen Genty, honestly, this year. I'm really trying to think of a time where I'm like, Genty really, really got down. Yeah, every once in a while, he'll give a good stiff arm. You know what I'm saying? He shows what he's capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? That's why I call him Genty the Baptist. But what has he, when has that offensive line parted the Red Sea, and then Genty was really, you know what I'm saying, really got freaky with it? You know what I'm saying? He really hasn't got a chance to do that. So until that happens, and hopefully we can, hopefully they can address that so that next year, even though it's not his rookie year, Genty's really that guy. And it's not saying that Genty's not the guy now, but we're not really seeing the fullness of the guy, if that makes sense of explaining. Hey, not only we need FEMA to come in. It's an emergency on that old line. We need to call FEMA, because that old line is a disaster. Nutty Raider Nate is in the building. My God, blessings to you on the day. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you, Nutty Raider Nate. For shizzle. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks for coming on in. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, if you don't know, it's Cool Kev's birthday. You know what I'm saying? Cool Kev is not 25, but he's close to 27. You know what I'm saying? So show Cool Kev some love. You know what I'm saying? If you got him on IG, send him slide into his DM. You know what I'm saying? And send him a message, not a massage, but a message. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate you guys in here in the chat. I'm looking at you guys. Daniel Berry, you know what I'm saying? Sports. Good to see you, my guy. Blessings to you. Make sure you hit that like button as you guys are coming in. Happy Saturday, you know what I'm saying? John Leon, there might be something with that Colton Miller thing. I don't know how much you would get in a trade for Colton Miller. And I honestly, I wouldn't trade Colton Miller. I think Colton Miller is just going to be one of those guys that's going to have to ride off into the sunset. And I will say, Owls Ghost, good to see you, my guy. With Colton Miller, I think we need to draft his replacement if it's not Charles Grant. Okay. I'm cool with Charles Grant being that backup left tackle for us. But I think he's going to need a year. Okay. And I'm not talking about this year. I think he's going to need next year to be that backup for us. And then when that time comes, then we can slide Charles Grant into that left tackle situation. Or we need to find that left tackle. Okay. Whether it's Charles Grant or find somebody to be that left tackle. But until then, we gotta keep Colton where he is. Yes, Colton has been dealing with a lot of injuries, and yes, that is a risk that we're taking. But you have to take that risk because, again, if we get rid of Colton Miller, then who do we have at left tackle? Then you have Charles Grant, and then who else? Right? You got to look at not only the front line, but you got to look at that second line. And right now we have Colton Miller in the front line, and then now we got Colton Miller. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like Forsythe, but that is what it is. But we're gonna also need a replacement for that. So there's some things, and that's why it's important on how we draft, because I think we need to also draft these replacements now, right? If they think Charles Grant is really going to be that left tackle, I'm completely fine with that. But then now we need somebody behind Charles Grant to either be competition or be that backup, so that we're not lacking. Because we just don't need to be trading guys, getting rid of guys, and then now we have even more of a bigger hole. That's the same thing with trading Max Crosby. You trade Max Crosby, we ain't got no pass rushers. Because right now, Max Crosby is the only pass rusher we got. Really. Snowden's a backup. Kuntz is a fringe rotational. Okay. I would say this. In my perfect world, everybody besides Max Crosby would be a backup on this team, on that D line. You know, but until we build up to have that, right? Even with our O-line, everybody's talking about our O-line. You know what? I'd be fine with Kappa being a backup and not a starter. I'd be fine with Parham being a backup and not a starter. I'd be fine with Glaze being a backup and not a starter. That would actually make our team good. You know, those things that, you know, Glaze is having issues with speed pass rushers. And you know, some people talking about get rid of Glaze. I would say keep him. Not only because he's cheap labor, but if he's just a backup to our starter, I'm not going to have a heart attack when he comes in. Say our starter goes down and then Glaze has to, you know, come in for a couple of reps or one game. Okay, I think we could cover that up. I think we could shift our coverage to help out Glaze that one game and get by. But to rely on him as a starter, Another person. Here goes somebody that John Leon. Here goes one that everybody falls in love with. Isaiah Powell. He's not a starter. He really should be a backup, if not a rotational guy. And we got to upgrade there. I think we can address that in the draft. You guys, I've been actually, to be honest with you guys, I haven't been around, and you know, some of you guys have been like, hey, where's Twuan been? If you haven't seen me around, you can always hit me up on IG. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you what's going on with me or whatever. If you're curious about where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? You can always hit me up on IG and say, hey, Twuan, where you at? How you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. You know what I'm saying? But I've been dealing with some personal things, not medical or anything like that. I've been having some other things that have been going on, so that's been kind of taking my time. But I've also been doing a lot of homework on these players in the draft, and I will be coming to you guys with that as we go along. I also will be, if you guys have questions about that, And I've done the homework on it. I'll I'll give you the Raider gospel. But know that I've been behind the scenes working, and I got some things that I'm cooking up, and I'm really excited to try to talk about it, but I don't want to put it out there yet. But I got something big in the works, hopefully. So yeah, I've been cooking since I've been away, but definitely if you've been concerned or whatever, hit me up on IG. You know what I'm saying? I got somebody in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? And I know he got some things that he want to cook, and I'm glad that he's here. He's my brother, you know what I'm saying? My friend. I'm excited for him to be here, you know what I'm saying? And I got much love for this guy. And definitely he always got an open pass, you know what I'm saying, here with the congregation. Y'all know him, you know what I'm saying? Nutty Raider Nate. What's good, man? Oh, he muted.
Oh, my bad. What's goody?
What's good with you, man? It's Saturday, dog. What's good with you,
Yeah,
dog?
I'm just chilling at the pad. Boring dad life, but yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Definitely, man. Hey. Matter of fact, we got a question here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna let you kind of shoot this one. I got an answer to it, but I'm gonna let you cook on this because I know this is kind of your forte. You know what I'm saying? John Leon asked, "Do you think we got a chance to get that Ravens center?"
No, I think if the Ravens are the organization I think they are, I think they sign him as soon as they can.
You don't think they'll let him walk,
No, not at
or
all.
let him test free agency?
Not at all. They shouldn't, but they could, depending on Lamar Jackson's contract and everything they got over there with Derrick Henry. Lamar Jackson does need another wide receiver or something, but I think they'd be dumb to not pay their superstar center. But I do think they spent a bag on Ronnie Staley last year, so that might be they might be tied up. So I don't know if there's a chance to get him, you go get him, but the Ravens would be fools to let him walk.
I it, yeah, that and then also the Ravens is a really good organization.
Exactly.
They know how to what I'm saying. They know how to acquire players, but they also know how to keep players.
Yeah.
One thing about this though, and this is outside of the Ravens organization. This is where and me and you, and it's just ironic that we're talking about this because me and you talked about this about where I think we should go in regards to this team. I think free agency is where we need to go in regards to addressing this offensive line. So if that's where we need to go, hey, pull that center. You know what I'm saying? If they're really just so hell bent on not putting JPJ at center, then we need to go do that
Man.
because that means you get that center. We've already got Colton Miller, you know what I'm saying, for John Leon says at least 6 to 7 games. You know what I'm saying? Then you got JPJ at least one of the guards. Then you can
I,
again.
I I've suggested to kick DJ inside, let him play the other guard, and then we go and attack the free agent market for that right tackle.
Either way, you know what I'm saying? I've heard a lot of people saying that, slide, DJ
And
plays to guard.
yeah, and bring in some more competition as well. Whether it's
Oh yeah, we need way more than
yeah,
just a front line. But
yeah,
again, we gotta before we get the second line, we gotta identify, you know what I'm saying, at least some potentials on that front line. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But there's a whole lot that we got to address on that, and that's why again, if even if we just address our front line in free agency, and then go into the draft to get some more reserves. Hopefully Caleb Rogers can be either, a rotational backup, you know what I'm saying, to be a backup guard, if not a starting guard, you know what I'm saying, in competition, if there's competition during the, training camp or whatever. But we got to do some movement on this offensive line.
No doubt. No doubt.
So yeah, if it's not that center, we got to do something. And I definitely for me, my plan is we got to address that in free agency.
Yeah, we need some maulers. I was just saying last night, our O line's soft without JPJ. There's nobody there to set the tone. Nobody out there to kind of to be the bully out there, so to speak, and play with that intensity. They're all kind of just soft spoken, kind of. They're passive blockers. That they don't fire off the ball like they need to be. Their hands are late. It's just there's bad coaching all around. I don't know, bro. We need some maulers up front. We need some more nastiness. That's what I gotta say.
And I said it last year when we were drafting. You know what I'm saying? Because I was hoping we would address offensive line. I said we need to get some people movers. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a ride out there at Disney World, and it's called the People Mover, and we need some people movers. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be honest with you, and I was kind of excited about this one. We got McClendon Curtis back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He was kind of nasty. He played a little nasty.
What was it like? He like 6'5", 6'6", 330. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And he was it was him, and I always get their names wrong. It's McClendon Curtis and Dalton Wagner. They came in at the same time, and they were both, you know what I'm saying, about 6'5", 330. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. One was a tackle, one was a guard. And I was like, man, if we put those guys on the line, we might have something. And someone, I forgot who, I think it was like the Seahawks, they ended up snagging them, but we ended up getting them back. So, I don't know. Again, he hasn't, obviously he hasn't got footing, you know what I'm saying, to be on a roster, but to bring him back, we'll see what that is.
I like it. Yep, I do like it.
Yeah. Let me look at this chat. But hey, thanks for you guys. Hey, thanks for these questions, man. For real. Hey, how was? And let me ask you, how was LA, man?
Oh, bro, it was a blast. It was fun. Just getting away. I mean, other than the loss, of course, but we kind of went out there. This season's been fucking. We saw it coming. But it was fun, bro. I had a good time seeing everybody, and just the environment of the Raider crowd in LA is pretty dope. We run that shit for sure.
For real. John Leon is looking to shop Crosby. What you thinking, man?
I've been on that as of right now, though. So before in the past, it was like, yeah, let's get it over with. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. But now it's like he's literally all we have. It's like I do want to build around him, but at the same time, it's not working. And he's not. I heard somebody make a good point the other day that him bumping heads with JPJ his rookie year just kind of showed that he kind of lacked in that leadership role. Instead of taking JPJ under his wing, kind of like try to little bro him, or I don't know. And I kind of looked at it that same way, because after watching him yell at Devin White on the sideline and try to fucking fight him twice now, in the like on TV, like you gotta know when to talk or who to talk to and how to talk to people, bro. Like your what did they say? Your approach is got to be better than that. And
I see both sides on it, because
I agree with that. But
Look,
yeah, I also
some
agree
of the
with
stuff Devin White was doing, I'm like, dude,
No, yeah,
ain't you a vet?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff I'm like, dude, why is you getting cooked like this?
yeah,
It's no business. Like I was just talking about that earlier. I don't know if you heard me. Like, you know, there were some metrics out there that was talking about, oh, Devin White is the top tackler on the team. Yeah, he's a top tackler because he's getting picked on. He's hitting the player that he was supposed to be covering. You know what I'm saying? He's been getting picked on a lot. A lot of times where, you know, things are open and it's like, oh, Devin White gave that up, or he was getting cooked, and it's just like, okay, that's why, you know, certain things, and that play that time that Max Crosby did get on him, that was on Devin White. You know what I'm saying?
no,
So
yeah, no, yeah.
I get it. Like, I get why Max Crosby got on him, but yeah, he needs to maybe.
What does that do to the locker room? You know what I mean? What is that? You know, it's overall, it doesn't help us. Like, it kind of looks good to the fans. Like, yeah, get him, Max. Like, yeah, Max is our guy. Max will do anything for the Raiders. And then it's like, okay, but now we're just asking the locker room's fucking checking out.
True. And that's why, like, again, I see both sides. Like,
that's leadership, bro. And he's our main guy. He's our guy. And like, we need more from him in that department. And I see that shit.
And this and hear me out on this, because this is something that I've been really pondering on in regards to the getting rid of Max Crosby. We're gonna run into, because we're already in it, we're gonna run into the same issue we had with Derek Carr. And the issue is, we didn't draft the replacement. Derek Carr was good, and I think Derek Carr there's still something in the tank with Derek Carr. That's just my personal opinion. But us as an organization didn't draft anybody to take over behind Derek Carr. Who do we have that's going to take over for Max Crosby?
Malcolm Kuntz, I thought he was supposed to be better than Crosby.
A thought.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're going to be in a situation.
Tyree Wilson, first round draft pick, 7th overall.
A thought.
Oh wait, we got Christian Wilson. Oh, never mind.
Right. So here we are, you know, and here we are talking about getting rid of Max Crosby. But what's next?
I know,
we ain't
bro.
got nobody.
It's a hard restart. It's what it is, bro. If we trade Max, it's everything's got to go, and we got to just start from scratch, and hopefully, fucking next 5 years, we'll look at this day like, fuck, we did what we had to do. But
that's why I think we need to draft a pass rusher.
I'm not mad at that thought process. If we're in the top 5, like I think we probably are, I don't know if we're gonna get one overall. I feel like we're gonna win this Giants game, and then for some strange reason we're gonna win this Chiefs game too.
Because I honestly I think what you do, because what does every I'm here I am giving you guys a whole live of things that I've been working on, but forget it. We got to draft an edge rusher, because what does every good team have? 2 good pass rushers. How many do we have? 1. So what do? You get you get you a pass rusher. You let him grow under Max Crosby. when we realize that pass rusher is him, then we can talk about Max Crosby going somewhere. You're not gonna get a first. You're not gonna get at that point because Max Crosby is gonna be older. It might be a situation where Max Crosby stays here until he retires, but at least you have that person next to him that's ready to go.
Hey, we can see if Chandler Jones is feeling better.
I'm not knocking on that door. I honestly, I rather bring in Ngakoue.
Unique.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather bring in Yannick Ngakoue. Because the issues, and just flashbacks on that, the issues we had when Max Crosby and Yannick was doing their thug thizzle, they was collapsing the ends.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
But we didn't have a defensive tackle to seal the deal. All the quarterback had to do was step into the pocket because our D ends was closing it behind him. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have a defensive tackle to push the pocket. So that was the issue that we had with them. It wasn't our issue with our ends at all.
Who was it? Jonathan Hankins and who else?
It was John Hankins. Who else was it?
I feel like we tried a couple of rookies, maybe Mo Hurst.
I would have to go back on that to really think about. Yeah, it was. But at that time, Hankins was doing exactly what he needed to do.
Yeah,
he was our nose.
A blob. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was our big body. You know what I'm saying? Our big body. I mean, in a 4-3, you don't really have a nose, but you know, he was that bigger, you know what I'm saying, that run stuffer nose defensive tackle for us, which right now we don't have. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, everybody talking about, you know, you had to get on me about the Adam Butler situation, but you know, Adam Butler is trying to be that, and he's not even, his body type ain't even.
No, not at all. He looks, after the end of this year, bro, I'm watching him walk around. It's like how he carries himself now. I feel like he aged like 5 years trying to do that. So he might be washed after this year. I don't know. We might have ruined his career.
Oh, Adam Butler?
Adam Butler, yeah.
Yeah. You already know what I say about him, though. You know what I'm saying? He has not been the same since he's been kissed. You know what I'm saying? And and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't. You know,
he's the only one that spoke on it. But yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm the only one that put it out there, but it seemed like it's you know what I'm saying? Seemed like the gospel stayed true because when has Adam Butler got a sack? You know what I'm saying? When has Adam Butler got a tackle for loss? You know?
Since the last time he got a sack, maybe since Christian Wilkins was here. Literally.
Yeah, he was getting more than a sack. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, hey, you gotta laugh at some of this stuff, dog. I'm sorry. It's real. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? 69 God. Hey, Anthony Provicio, good to see you in the building, man.
What's up, fellas and ladies and gentlemen?
Someone said clean house. Anthony Provicio said clean house.
Yep. Everybody. The janitor, the maintenance guy, fucking the towel boy, the water boy. Everybody.
Hey, look, hey, I told Mark Davis, I told him, I said, you hey, hit me up, you know what I'm saying? I'll organize all that for y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'll tell Pete what he need to do, you know what I'm saying? I'll get John Spytek in order, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I'll have that playoff team. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
facts, bro.
On
The fans will have that shit running fucking
squeaking it clean, dog.
supreme, bro.
Hey,
Hell
look.
yeah.
Hey, look. I'll say this, dude. Look, and Pete ain't gonna like this. The first thing I tell Pete is, hey, you need to let Patrick Graham go ahead and cook. You know what I'm saying? You need to stop looking over his shoulder, you know what I'm saying, while he over there with the pots. Cause look,
Twuan.
the defense that we see is not Patrick Graham. And you know how I know that? It's because the real defense that we saw with AP at the end of the season. Remember when AP said, I'm gonna let Patrick Graham do his thing and let Patrick Graham go at it?
Yeah.
And how did that defense look? That ain't the defense we see.
They tried to get rid of him before the season started with Salah, and Salah said no. So I'm not too high on Patrick Graham, but do you think Pete Carroll's coming back next year? You really think that?
I want him to.
Oh man,
I really do.
I see why. I know why, but bro, no, I don't think it's even worth it unless we get.
And the reason why, and this is, and I'm starting, and that's what that when I talk to people, I'm like, dude, I think it's bigger than what people are really looking at. I don't think Pete really has control of this team. And when I say control of this team, I'm not talking about him, coaching the players or whatever. I'm not saying he's lost the locker room or anything like that. I think there's somebody above him that's telling him what to do and not really letting him do what he needs to do. I think that was the reason why Chip Kelly clashed with Pete Carroll.
So keep going. Who do you think's telling them what to do? Go ahead, finish.
Somebody that's not there.
Is he announcing or something? Another game or
somebody that was beating us for years.
Yeah.
And is beating us now.
Sabotaging us. It's like, here you fucking go. Fuck you, Raiders. You chose that guy?
Because let's go down that road, okay? Let's go down the road, okay?
I got my tinfoil hat on.
Okay, I hope you do. Look at Chip Kelly. Was that Pete Carroll's choice? If not, who picked him?
They said it was Brady's boy.
Hey, I'm Pete Carroll. Hey, Spytech. Wait, who's Spytech? Who's his boyfriend?
Roommates. Yep.
Okay. Let's put that connection there, right? Hey, Pete. I'm Pete Carroll. Hey, John Spytech. We need some linebackers in here. Can you get us some linebackers? Yeah. I'll throw you Devin White, a 1-year rental. What else we need? I'll give you Adams, 1-year rental. Stokes, 1-year rental.
Roberts.
You know what I'm saying? So what investment did our GM put in to Pete Carroll. Because remember, when you're bringing these players in, you're investing into what Pete Carroll is. You know what I'm saying? As a GM, I'm getting this guy because I'm believing that he needs this linebacker, and we're going to invest in Pete Carroll so that we can win games. What free agency personnel did we bring in that told you that we were a win now team and that we were investing in the coach that was going to lead us to 10 games?
Pete Carroll was the key to all this. I think there was question marks everywhere on the roster. But as far as even Chip Kelly had a checkered past coming back to the league.
What?
It was like, oh, Pete Carroll can fix him. We'll be all right. So,
then you have the issue with I didn't go down the road of the rookies, and we know that Pete Carroll has a history of playing rookies. Why didn't he play rookies this year? Until it was way too late.
You think Brady told him not to, or
there was either I'm pissed off at John Spytek, so I'm not gonna play his guys, or something else.
dumb, stupid, idiots.
The only thing that I would want Brady to do is to look at our quarterbacks. I'll indulge him. You know what I'm saying? I'll sit down and have a steak with him to talk about quarterbacks. But outside of that, you got to let Pete Carroll cook. You got to let him make the decisions. And I don't think the organization had the pecking order of who was in charge and what was going to be what, because everybody clashed. GM, head coach, offensive lineman, defensive coach. I mean, not offensive line, but offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special teams. Which one worked together? Somebody in the chat, please tell me which one of those worked together, where we can clearly say, oh, the special teams was working for the offensive line, or I mean the offense. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that special teams coach should have been fired. Fucking the last time around.
You can clearly see, and this is where you need to put on your glasses and read in between the lines, and people do not neglect these press conferences, because these press conferences is giving gold. Why is Patrick Graham frustrated when we know Patrick Graham, his overall person character is what? What is Patrick Graham normally? He's that happy nerd. He's laughing and giggling as he's answering your questions in the press conferences. When he was with AP and when he was doing his when he was able to be the defensive coordinator, Patrick Graham was in there joking with the guys, but he was also giving, you know what I'm saying, yeah, I think Amik is good. I think, you know, Jack Jones needs to work on, you know what I'm saying, work on his tackling, whatever it was, right? But he was happy about it. Why is Patrick Graham pissed off? You guys go back and listen to his last press conference, and you can clearly see that is not Patrick Graham. So what do you think? You know, what do you think he's doing with his coaching? It's not Patrick Graham. He has a boss. And unfortunately, I think the failure of what we have is because we're not letting the people be who they are, exactly what they are. We're not letting Patrick Graham really run this defense. As somebody is really in Pete's ear. And I think John Spytek is I really think John Spytek is kind of lightweight sabotaging.
Yep. The whole crew. Everybody, yep.
So that's why when I talk to people and I'm like, hey, it's bigger than just Geno. Because everybody wants to get on Geno and everybody wants to, you know, and yes, Geno does deserve some of the heat. But Geno's seen all of this and is like, I came for this. This was my opportunity to be a starter. And all of this is going on. I came over thinking Pete was going to, you know, I'm in a good situation because Pete Carroll is the head coach, but, you know, Pete doesn't have all the controls to, you know what I'm saying? He on the PS5, he got some buttons that are stuck because he ain't got all the controls. It's an organizational issue. And again, it's bigger than that. Because not only you have the organization that's in a disarray and everybody in the league knows it. We're not the only ones that know it. Everybody else in the league knows it. And then you have, you know what I'm saying? Then you got the fans out there doing what they do. That ain't helping it either. And I'm gonna throw myself under the bus. That's why I forgot what week it was that I stopped doing What You Do on Wednesday. Because I personally felt like, man, I'm going way too deep on these guys. And I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna, still figure out who's to blame. I'm not gonna, but I was like, let me just not put this out there. I'll wait until next year.
Bro, I was still saying they had a chance after like 6 weeks. Like, hey, we can still turn this around, guys. Win 10 straight. Let's go. But yeah, that fluttered out after a couple more fucking smackings. I gave up. Fuck everybody. All these dudes can go. Everybody, and I mean that.
It's and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because even I'm reading some of the people in the chat. He's like, get everybody out. You know what I'm saying? And it might have to get there, but I still believe if they really establish the traditional order of how things need to go, it can be done. You tell John Spytek, your job is player personnel. You go get the groceries. Okay? You go get those guys. You go get that guard. You go get that, you know what I'm saying? You go get that quarterback with the scouts. Okay? Pete Carroll is in charge. But when you get these coordinators in, you allow these coordinators to do their job however they see it fit. Because I think right now, the reason why Patrick Graham has our corners backed up is because our corners can't play man. I think the only person that I think that can possibly get down a little bit with man is the guy that we just drafted.
Porter.
But you can't just play man, you know what I'm saying, with one guy. So he's like, okay, I might as well back these guys up. You guys just don't let nothing get behind you. But think about and we got a flashback. Think about how nasty our offense was. I mean, our defense was. When we had a Meek on one side and the Lollipop Guild. I called them the Lollipop Guild because they were all of our corners were short. You had a Meek on one side and Jack Jones on the other.
Or even before that, when we had that lockdown corner, what was his name that we got from the Colts? And he's over there with the Lions right now. I think he just got hurt, but they were balling too.
No, that's a Meek.
Meek and somebody, the dude we got from the Lions or the Colts. I'm sorry. It's like a three letter last or 3-word last name. I forget. Like Van Dyke. No, not Van Dyke. The Roach or fuck, I forget his name.
Was it recently?
Yeah. Rocky Sin. Sin. Yeah, he was solid, bro. He was real good. And we didn't want to pay him. We didn't want to pay him. We let him walk. Like what? We do big.
Yeah, bro, Rocky Sin. We had Yannick Ngakoue.
Yeah. And I think Amik Robinson was there.
Yeah, he was young.
Yeah. We might have had Casey Hayward that year. I don't know.
And we were playing man.
Yeah.
We were manning up.
Casey Hayward had like a.
They were at the line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when Patrick Graham's able to do that, look at where our defense was. But he's doing that like he's trying to make adjustments because of who we got on the roster. Caillou Blue Kelly. You really think he's gonna man somebody up?
Pete only likes him because he gets in there and tackles, but he put him on special teams like he has no business.
Put him on special teams.
Yeah, he has no business fucking on coverage.
So they're not really allowing these guys to do what they need to do, and Pete Carroll just needs to oversee it. You know what I'm saying? Have your little competitions, have your little shooting the hoops. As a basketball coach, have your little speeches, you know what I'm saying, ready to go. Know when to call timeout. But let you bring your guys in, and obviously you brought Patrick Graham in. I think Patrick Graham was the only guy that he was like okay with bringing in or keeping. But let them do their thing. You get, and this is why I believe in Patrick Graham, because I like Patrick Graham's defense when they have the guys to do the job, right? Patrick Graham is really predicated on that D line, and if he can get a good pass rush on that D line, then he starts to he starts to get really creative in his blitzes and everything else behind it. He's like, okay, well, if I get some good guys on my D line, then I'll let my guys play man, because they're not going to be guarding that long. You know what I'm saying? So there, organizational wise, there are certain things that you can keep. It's not like you got to completely wipe them out, because everybody, you know, I see where you can wipe it out, but there's if they just, like I said, Spy Tech, get the groceries. Patrick Graham, you run this defense the way you want to run this defense. Let's get the guys that you need on this defense to be successful. Offensive coordinator, you're the offensive head coach. The only time I'm gonna get on you is if we're not scoring more than 21 points. You know what I'm saying? If we're putting up 21 a game, okay. But this 10, this 14, it ain't doing it. So, you know, like I do like, because everybody's talking about, oh, Pete's old. I get it. I hear all of that, and I understand all that. But I don't think Pete has really. I don't think we given him the opportunity to really do his thing, and it's not necessarily the time. I think there was other people in the organization that were shot calling when it really should have been Pete making the shots, calling the shots. Because I still believe when Pete Carroll said that we would be winning 10 games, I think we could have got close to that. Because he wouldn't have said that. I don't believe that Pete would have said that if he didn't know how to get to that with what we had. I don't think Pete's that stupid. Because I think we all played it around that neighborhood, right? We were all close to 10. Because we said, oh, if they fix that offensive line, we already got Jensen, we already got Bowers. You know what I'm saying? If we got a half decent quarterback, you know what I'm saying? All we gotta do is address the corners and get some linebackers in here, and we could be ready. We could be in the neighborhood of 10. Didn't we say that?
Yeah.
And who didn't address it?
We We brought in his homie, Kappa. Did him a solid. Paid him when probably nobody else in the league would have.
And when we got Kappa, I was the first one to say stop the cap. If you really thinking Kappa's gonna be a starter for us and be a good starter for us, stop the cap. And I'll give him half. I'll give him a half a cap because he kind of looked like he had somewhat of an act right at center, which is scaring me. Because they might mess around and say, "Oh, we're just gonna have Kappa play."
Yeah.
And
true center.
I don't want to. I don't want somebody working to be a center. I want somebody that's been a center, and he plays center. There's certain things that you just don't play with. You know what I'm saying? There are certain positions you just don't play with. Okay.
The center touches the ball every play. You got to have confidence that they're gonna get the snap, be able to fucking use both their hands in time, move their feet. Is call the line, the adjustments, the slides and all that. Oh man,
it's not a situation like a corner, becoming a safety. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of those.
It's an instinct. It's an instinctual position. Guard, you can just kind of go out there and just just headbutt everybody. In the center, you really got to be in the game. You got to know the downs. You got to know the time. You got to be looking at the clock, the play clock. There's a rhythm to it that you got to be in tune with, and we play with that. Fucking pisses me off. Pisses me right off.
Rose Town, good to see you.
Rose Town, what's good, brother?
Hey, and you know what? Unfortunately, Anthony, I think that might be a situation. Unfortunately, PG's out because the way I'm telling you, the way he's talking in this press conference, he's done. Unless, like I said, unless they have a meeting and say, you know what, Patrick Graham, I'm gonna get out your hair. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you do what you do. Because again, I keep going to Antonio Pierce, and I hate that we got rid of Antonio Pierce, but that's just my personal opinion. When Antonio Pierce got away from, when Patrick Graham got away from Josh McDaniels and his controlling ass, and AP said, "I'm just gonna let you do what you do."
Spark up, homie.
Didn't that defense start to be top 10, if not top 5, at the end of the season?
Oh, and then he beat the Chiefs, and he was really feeling himself. He was on podcast like, "This is how you beat him. I know how to do it."
You know what I'm saying? And that's where it was. What changed? What changed from What changed from that Patrick Graham to this Patrick Graham?
We could go all the way back to Jack Del Rio, bro. We should have never got rid of Jack Del Rio. Like, but he as soon as John Gruden made himself available, Mark fucking dumped him like a fucking like a redheaded stepchild or something.
Hey, what you think? Since you talking about Chucky, hey, you think about bringing Chucky back?
I'm not with it. I didn't like him coming back the second time, but you know, I adjusted, and it is what it is. But I everybody's like, oh, he was getting us better. But it was like the fourth year. I feel like we only got in the playoffs because we started getting some calls we usually don't get, and it was kind of a weird year anyway with COVID. So it's like, okay, but I'm not. I like the way he gets down, but overall, I didn't like the speed we were going. He was slower than molasses. He knew he had time, but I wasn't liking some of the picks that he was making. I don't know, but he is a Raider. He is a Raider, so I could see it, and I have to just adjust again. But yeah.
I said it before. I'm serious. I put it up. That's why you guys gotta catch me on Twitter, because sometimes getting on YouTube. Sometimes it takes time to set up stuff and all that. Sometimes I'll just put something out on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you guys gotta follow me on Twitter, because I put it out there. I said I'm the first one to say Gruden for 2026. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a possibility that you could bring Gruden in, you know what I'm saying, offensive coordinator, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, because remember Pete's contract is only a 2 to 3. You know what I'm saying? You bring Pete, you have Pete, then you got John Gruden as offensive coordinator, but you already know when Pete's gone, who's gonna be the head coach.
That'd be cool. That'd be the only reason I keep Pete. But
because hey, the you know, people forget because it's been so long. Hey, Gruden's still on the books, so you might as well get some good work out of him.
Yep. Get back to work, bitch. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, we need an offensive coordinator to go in and get, you know what I'm saying? Hey, did we have problems with our offensive line protections in regards to Gruden? Didn't we you know, as bad as we were, didn't we still run the ball? Yeah. Didn't our tight ends get the ball?
We got a fullback.
He figured out how to get it to Waller, right? Just saying. Now I will say that, you know, Gruden's playbook Gruden's playbook is definitely old school, but I would take the old school playbook because, hey, look, I know that we get more than 14 points out of that old playbook.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
That's just wishful thinking. We know that if Gruden did come back, it would be for a true head coaching job. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that'd be nice though to have, you know, have Pete just finish out his career and then Gruden just slide in. We just did a, you know, promotion.
Hey, forget about it. Just go ahead and bring Henry Ruggs back too.
Hey, I mean, hey, free my dog. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He ready. You know what I'm saying? He paid his debts to society. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we need Henry Ruggs. You know what I'm saying?
Graduated with honors. He's an outstanding citizen again.
Bring them all back. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, y'all want to get rid of Geno? We bringing in Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be our look. Hey, look, this is what we gonna do. We gonna bring in Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna draft a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna let Derek Carr play a year. You know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna let you when we really feel that draft guy, you know what I'm saying, whoever he is ready to go. Then we bring him in. You know what I'm saying? If Derek Carr still feels the NFL bug, you know what I'm saying, then he'll be our backup. You know what I'm saying? Our backup quarterback. Yeah. And then, you know, whenever Derek Carr feels like he wants to retire, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, he's going to eventually retire as a Raider. You know, he can just go ahead and retire. You know what I'm saying? And we can do that.
Nah,
since everybody hates Geno, you know what I'm saying? We can just bring in, you know what I'm saying, Derek Carr, let him have his, you know what I'm saying, retire career, and he can be our bridge.
If he can throw, bring him back. If he's not the same,
yeah, we got to see how that arm is. We got to see how that shoulder is.
Because the torn rotator cuff, I heard he shredded it, so I heard it was pretty bad. But I am a fan of going the route of at least drafting in this upcoming draft, going heavy on defense and working on this defense from everywhere from corner to defensive line to linebackers and all in between. And we go young and fast on defense, and then we address the offensive line in free agency, and hopefully like pick up. I don't know what's going to happen as far as the quarterback position. It looks like I feel like we're going to be stuck with Geno though. But
I'm okay, and like I said, you know what I'm saying, we've been saying this. I've been saying it a lot. I'm fine with Geno if we solidify that offensive line. That's the only thing. That's the only issue that we have with our offense. Really, I can get by with as much as I get on Dante Thornton, I can get by with our wide receivers. And who knows? And be honest with you, the way I've been looking at some of these players in the draft and where I think they'll be, where they possibly will land, I think we can pull the trigger on maybe a wide receiver in the late rounds. And we do that, we can run it back. Because honestly, everything else outside of our offense wasn't bad. Tight ends are all right. You know what I'm saying? If not good. With Mayer and you know what I'm saying? Brock Bowers. Jack Besh is Mr. First Down himself. We know what Trey Tucker can do when he gets the ball. We just need to block up front offensively. And that's why I say we need to do that in free agency, because we can address that in free agency and then commit, like he said, to defense in the draft. We got 10 picks. Get that quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, you know, that might be a discussion. Do we really need to get the quarterback? Because we could literally address everything we need this year, and then next year just shoot for a quarterback.
Mendoza's not going to fix our problems, especially his rookie year.
Not at all.
No. Because
again, I don't see him. I don't see him playing that first year. At least in my eyes.
No, that's like a luxury pick. That's like a pick that the Packers would do.
I want
sitting behind Love
red
like
shirt.
5 years. Yeah.
I want you to red shirt that first year. Get familiar to the NFL game as a backup.
We can't do that with this current roster. We just have to do it. We have to fix the trenches.
Cause again, if you get Fernando Mendoza and you don't address that offensive line,
Yeah.
We'll be back. We'll be drafting again in the top 5.
Stuck. It's like deja vu. What
We
is it?
we got our quarterback. We got our quarterback, and what did we end up doing?
Yeah.
Especially, and this is the reason why I don't want him to play. You put him out there, and you mess around and kill his confidence.
Yeah.
You guys remember the other car that got beat up and never was the same? Everybody talks about David Carr, how he was the best, you know what I'm saying? The best quarterback coming out of the, you know what I'm saying, coming out of college, and was supposed to be that dude. And he got beat up. And what did he become after that?
Derek Carr's little brother.
Derek Carr's little brother and a traveling backup.
Yeah.
Super Bowl champ, but
yeah.
a backup. Because remember, he got that ring with the Giants.
With Eli, yeah.
So I rather, again, solidify that offensive line. Let a veteran deal with this offensive line. You know what I'm saying? And then allow that backup to redshirt. However we want to back, you know what I'm saying? If he comes in week 9, week 10, cool. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we see, you know, obviously they saw enough of him to trust him to say, okay, we're just going to get handed over to you now. But I want him to redshirt at least more than half the season. I don't want him to be a Bryce Young where we're barely seeing Bryce Young play well. And the reason why we didn't see Bryce Young play well in the beginning of the year because he was running for his life. Because that offensive line wasn't there for him. Because there was a whole lot of people that were saying Bryce Young was trash and Bryce Young, you know what I'm saying, was a flop. And it wasn't that Bryce Young was a flop. It was because the pieces around him were flops. What is Bryce Young doing now? Aren't the Panthers somewhere close to the playoffs or something like that?
They're on the hunt, like 7-4 or something like that. It's got like 7-8 wins.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why. That's why I say keep Geno. And if you don't keep Geno, you better bring in, like I said, you better bring in somebody like Derek Carr, where you know he only got about 2 or 3 years left in him. Derek Carr would be a good teacher. If you watch his podcast, he can break it down to you.
I don't know if that works with Tom Brady though. Tom Brady has a
there goes the issue.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to run into Derek Carr regardless, because no matter what, this thing right here is connected to Derek Carr no matter what. He holds too many records in this team. You know what I'm saying? He is probably one of the most polarizing, you know what I'm saying, quarterbacks on this team. He gonna have to deal with it regardless. And his owner, the big owner, loves Derek Carr. And I'm not saying that just to say that it has been said. He's personally talked to Derek Carr and said, "Hey, whenever you're ready to come back, we got something for you. Whatever that something is, you know what I'm saying? The world may never know until it happens. But there's some but Mark Davis has something for Derek Carr to do. So it you know, there's that's that. But there's so much, you know, we almost 2 hours, man. There's so much that, again, because I've been away, there's so much that has gone on. There's so much that I've been holding back and saying, and I've given you half the clip. I'll say it like that. So you guys stay tuned for more, you know what I'm saying? Because I definitely got a whole lot of stuff to get off my chest. But definitely, you guys shoot your questions in if you guys have any. I know you guys are talking about some players. Oh, Anthony said we can get by with our wide receivers. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
We could add something to it.
No. Yeah. Of course, we can always get better. Hey, but if you told me, hey, you address the offensive line, you address defense, and we just didn't do anything wide receiver wise, and we're just going to run it back with those guys, I think we can. I think our offense could get by with what we have. Because again, you remember Brock Bowers and Ashton Jeanty should be, with a good offensive line, should be getting the majority of the touches and will be productive in those things. So that means you're asking Trey Tucker to be an auxiliary guy. You're asking Jack Best to be, you know, that move the chains, you know what I'm saying, first down guy. And then you have, you know, hopefully God, Dante Thornton, you know what I'm saying, has his act right in his second year.
Yeah, I might be tripping a little bit, but I was a little upset that Cedric Jackson didn't get more playing time after his debut. In the chemistry that you can see that him and Kenny Pickett had right away was there, and we denied it. We denied that for Kenny Pickett, and we didn't even activate him for this last game that Kenny Pickett played. So it was that he started. So he had the starters, I guess, but they were all coming off of like injuries and hobbling. They weren't fully. Everybody's been hurt. So Cedric Jackson had fresh legs, and they looked like they had some chemistry going there. Like they threw some balls in practice or something. So
they did, because remember Cedric Jackson is a part of that second squad, and that's where Pickett was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you know that's why, you know, even when that's why we see in preseason, you know, certain guys like where did this guy come from? Like, he was on the third squad with O'Connell. That's why O'Connell is burning this dude up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. At the end of the game, that's why, you know, I forgot who it was, but ALC was burning it to one guy, and it was like that was his dude, and it was because that's who he was seeing. You know what I'm saying? That was a part of his squad. You know what I'm saying, when they were doing the 1, 2s, and 3s. But yeah, I think what happened was wasn't it Lockett that came back?
Somebody was hurt. I think it was Thornton or something. Thornton was out, and he was stepped in for Thornton. Maybe Besh, one of the rookies, I think. I don't think Lockett's missed a game yet.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Yeah, you know, as he said, stop. Look, hey, no, look, listen to me. I would love to upgrade in all areas, but you can't address all areas with what we got.
If we fix the offensive line, that fixes everything. I'm telling you guys, like that fixes all of our problems. We could run the ball. We could dictate the clock. We can set the tempo. We can give our defense a break. We can tee off on third downs because we know they got to pass because they got to score because we're keeping the ball and scoring. It changes everything, the whole dynamics. The offensive line is literally where it starts. Fix the trenches, and everything else can work. I see that. Yep, my bad.
No, you're good, and that's what I was trying to say. Was like, look, if we address this offensive line, that'll open up everything else. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, when you already know Brock Bowers is going to be our pretty much our number one, you know what I'm saying, option pass wise, then everybody else is going to fulfill those roles that are around it. Genty's running, Brock Bowers is passing, then you got everybody else, you know, sprinkling in their touches. So it's not as alarming, but definitely we want to upgrade there if we could. But when you only got 10 picks, and like I said, you're addressing this offensive line, and we got to go. Everybody's talking about we got to go get a quarterback. That's one pick we got to go get, right? We already know that we have a bunch of 1-year contracts on these guys on our defense. So that means we got to address our defensive guys. Linebacker, corners. God, we got to address safety because the only person that I really want at the safety starting is Chin.
Yeah.
Powell Mount needs to be the third or fourth safety.
He's a special teamer for sure.
See, Nate is saying special teams. You know what I'm saying? So third and fourth safety.
He has no business.
That means we got to get a safety. You know what I'm saying? And where we going to get that? In the draft. We got to address this D-line because we ain't got nobody really putting fear on anybody besides Max Crosby. So we got to address D-line. We don't even have a nose tackle.
Nope.
There goes another D-lineman. Because everybody talks about end we got to address. Because I'm not trusting Kuntz. Okay? End. Defensive tackle. You know that Christian Wilkins role that we've been dying to have. We need to address that. Then we need a nose. We need at least 3 guys on that line. There goes 3 picks. There goes 4. There goes your quarterback. There goes your edge. There goes your pass rush D tackle and your nose. You got 4. You already picked 4 guys. Safety 5. What else? Linebacker.
Yeah, we don't even know
6.
if Landon Roberts is going to retire next year. This is like his 10th year, I think.
We can't trust Landon Roberts, nor is Devin White the dude.
Yeah,
Devin is not
White.
the dude.
His 1-year mercenary contract.
Okay.
Jamal Adams, I'm surprised he lasted this long, but he's definitely not a starter.
No, he's a rotational guy. And you might be able to bring him back on the low, be honest with you.
Does he want to come back after if we let go of Pete?
That's the other thing. So that means we got to address linebacker. Even harder than that. So not just one linebacker, you might have to get 2 linebackers.
Clear house. Just clear house.
Hey, what was that? 6?
Yeah.
3 D linemen, quarterback, safety.
Say
at
corner.
Least corner. That's 7 picks. And we got 10. Look, and let me say this. I'm gonna say something offensively that we may need to address. Running back. Right?
We need a short yardage back. I agree.
I don't even care if it's a short run. I don't care if it's a short guy.
Yeah,
I mean, a short, you know what I'm saying? A power back. I look, get a
scat back.
Get a starting backup.
Oh, another weapon other than Jameer White.
Get me another Genty like. Not saying it, nobody's Ashton Genty, but get me somebody that if Genty wasn't there, we could just be he could possibly be the starter and hold it down.
Hey, Mostert missed that block and Gino
Dylan
gave it to him.
It.
Hey, Mostert missed that block and Gino gave it to him, and Mostert really hasn't been a factor since. He hasn't been a factor up till then either, but we definitely seen him less.
And if you draft that running back, then you're set for years.
We should have double dipped last year. I said that too. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you draft, again, you got Genty now. We know Genty's the focal guy, but if you draft that backup, that has that possible to be a starter. There are some guys and stay tuned for that because I wrote down some guys that I would really love that could be a starter if we didn't have Genty, but definitely is a backup. But you have him for 4 years. Now you're not spending money at running back. All your running backs are cheap.
Yeah.
You got 4 years of rookie contract. Dylan Lowry can be special teams, and if you want to throw him on third down every once in a while, you can do that.
No. I don't want to throw him on third down once in a while. I do not.
If you already know that you for sure passing it to him, you know what I'm saying? You might be able to dump it all to him and let him go get 5.
He can play kickoff.
But definitely he's definitely a special teamer. So that means you're getting rid of Mostert. Because you're drafting the backup. But that's 8. That's 8 picks out of 10. That's no movement. That's just drafting where we are. So what didn't we address? Wide receiver.
Tight end.
So I don't know what's up with Ian Thomas. I don't know if he's is he on a 1 year?
I think so, yeah. All these guys we brought in this year were 1 year.
Are on one, definitely, because that goes to what Spytech does. He doesn't commit to what the coach he doesn't commit to the roster with free agency and what his coach wants. So it would be fitting that he would be a 1 year. So there's not much, especially without moving up and doing that shifting in the draft. There's not a whole lot that you can really do to really fill out the entirety of this roster. There's going to be some places that are not going to get addressed in the draft or addressed properly. Might get partially addressed, but it might not be fully. So that's why going back to the wide receiver situation, that's one place I'm like, okay, we can, if we address everything else, we can get by. Because again, this offensive line will actually allow us to do allow some more time for that quarterback to sit there and really go through his progressions. Because I can guarantee you that Gino or whoever our quarterback is not fully going through all the progressions.
Yeah. The quickest way to fix this is free agency offensive linemen because they're already experienced. You don't got to coach them up in technique or none of that, or get them adjusted to the speed. They'll be ready to go. They're going to get paid top tiered money, whoever it is. It's
And we have the money.
Yeah, we've been had it.
It's not like we don't have the money to do that. So if that's where our money went in free agency, I would be like, cool.
Yep.
Spend that money and let's roll with it.
And the quickest way, I think we attack that other right tackle position. I mean, if there is a left tackle available, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe you could swing over to the left when Colton Miller finally decides to walk off. But I think we got Colton Miller for another 3 or 4 years. If he wants to stay, I don't know. But
Colton is honestly, I know he's been dealing with injury, but Colton is that guy.
I like Colton. I give him a lot of shit because he's kind of quiet and he's
that's just
like
that's who he is.
Yeah, quiet leader. But I like it. He's making an attempt to actually try to come back to this season with an injury like that. It kind of sets the standard for the rest of the linemen in the group. Not that they're worth anything, but it kind of like, hey, if you can play, you fucking go out there and play. Don't disrespect the game.
And he's done things, and you're right. And he's done some things that a lot of people may not even be aware of, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying, for the organization. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of times where he restructured his contract, you know what I'm saying, to help out the team. And you know what I'm saying, he was a team player even in that, even though it kind of benefits him because he gets his money early. But, you know what I'm saying, there was just certain things that, you know, certain things like that where it's like, he was the one that came up and was like, hey, go ahead and if you want to go ahead and address that, let's help out the team. You know what I'm saying? There was I forgot, and I keep going back to AP because AP you talked about the players a lot. I forgot what game it was, but there was one game where Colton was out, and I forgot who was taking over for him over there at the at left tackle, and that left tackle went down. Like Colton Miller was dressed. He was
Pete.
It might have been, but Colton was dressed, but they were pretty much not playing him that game because of his injury. But because that player went down, and Colton Miller was like he grabbed his helmet and was. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what kind of person Colton Miller was. Like, he was supposed to sit. He wasn't supposed to play that game. But he went out there and was trying to be a real one, you know what I'm saying, for the team. You know what I'm saying? So you got to, as much as we give him trash, I give him like, hey, Colton, we give you that one on that one. You know, for sure. And those are things that later on we'll think about later. Like, you remember Colton, you know what I'm saying, was trying to get out there because, you know what I'm saying, trying to be a real one, you know. Definitely. So, but I will say, like I said earlier, we need to, if we don't have him already, we need to find that replacement while we have him in the room already.
Yeah.
Same thing with Max. Same thing with our quarterback. We need to have that starting quarterback and then have his replacement. Because we don't need to just go without or hope. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got rid of Colton Miller. Oh, we gonna hope to draft one that's gonna be ready to go.
hoping.
And that's what it is. Say Colton Miller leaves, right? And we didn't address that his backup. Excuse me, my light. um, we don't address his backup, right? But then we in the first round, we gonna get that left tackle. We gonna get Leatherwood to take over for Colton Miller.
Yeah.
And how's that gonna work out?
Right.
Because we hoping. You don't need to hope if you bring that person in, train that person behind that person, then that person's ready to go. And I'll say this, and I'm gonna hate saying this because you might laugh when I say who it is. Andre James's best years were right when what? Right after Rodney. Why? Because Andre James sat behind Rodney Hudson. We had our center ready to go. That's why to be honest with you, and that was the reports out there too. That's why we were okay with getting rid of Rodney Hudson.
Man, that reminds
because of Andre James, because of the development of Andre James behind him.
That just reminds me of another reason I don't like John Gruden. We had a decent offensive line. He tried to fix it, but he went in there and cut KO. He went in there and KO was playing worse. I agree, but went and he's clashing heads with Rodney Hudson right away and Gabe Jackson. So he let them go, walk out the door. I didn't. And I think he openly admitted that Colton Miller was his second choice over McGlinchey in that draft. But so that's
that line was expensive too.
Yeah, and I thought Donald Penn was kind of washed, but he was kind of like the David Lee to the Warriors to the Raiders at that time. He kind of he changed the locker room, the attitude, and he brought the swag kind of back. I thought he kind of sucked, but I thought he played with some pride, and he brought an attitude back to the Raiders, and I respect him for that. But other than that, that offensive line was super expensive, but it's car insurance, right?
Yeah,
so you got to pay. You want that premium, you got to pay.
Especially because we didn't have at that time. We didn't draft enough to have a solidified offensive line. So it's either you draft well at offensive line or you got to pay for it. And sometimes in order to draft well for an offensive line, you got to be doing that for years. That's why these offensive lines that do draft well, they've been drafting like that for, you know what I'm saying? Drafting like that for years.
Yeah.
But at this point, we're in a place where, we need to pay for an offensive line. Then the guys that we have drafted, hopefully they'll be able to push some of these guys out eventually.
Yeah.
Like the Rodgers, like the Grant, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe year 2. Well, no, not year 2, but possibly maybe year 3. You know what I'm saying? We'll really know what Rodgers is.
I think Rodgers could really feed off of JPJ too. I can't wait to see it if we ever see it. But if
both of those guys together.
Yeah.
Like NBA, other side, you know what I'm saying?
It's gonna change their whole identity up front, up the middle. I feel like.
Because what is Rodgers playing? Is he right or left?
I believe he is playing the left guard. Or no, he's playing right because I think Parham's playing left.
Parham's playing left.
Yeah. Parham wants to play right. He thinks he's better at right, but I think in most philosophies, you want your smaller guard on the left side, and you want your power running guard on the right side.
Yeah.
And Parham being the smaller guy, I think, not as physical or as aggressive as he needs to be. He's playing on the left side. You can kind of see he's kind of dragging his feet. He doesn't want to play it, but I'm done with Parham too.
Yeah, I think Parham. You know what I'm saying? I think. What is he on his last year?
I thought it was we might have extended him because I thought it was last year. He's already on his 4th year, I believe. This is his 4th year.
Okay,
He was McDaniels' first draft pick.
Okay, so this is probably his last year. So, we might have to just let him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Good luck, Chuck.
Yeah. Thank you for your services.
Mm-hmm.
Once
the Raider or something like that.
Yeah. No, Parham, he good. He wants a Raider. You know what I'm saying? He plays some games. He put in some work, but you know what I'm saying? I don't think he's worth, you know what I'm saying, some dollars.
No.
You know what I'm saying? After cheap labor.
He's a backup.
I don't think he's worth that. Now I'll say this because a lot of teams they like to believe in my mess is my mess. They might keep him because they know what his deficiencies are, but it's gonna be a low dollar. They gonna say, hey, we think you're we'll bring you back for 3, but you can go talk to, you know what I'm saying, go you can go see what if you can get better, but we got 3 on the table. I think they do that with all those guys too. I think they will give like an honest dollar and then say, hey, you can go holler at whoever and see if you can get more.
Yeah.
Come holler at us, you know what I'm saying, by this date.
You know where I see Parham going, right? It's back to his boy Josh McDaniels in New England.
He might.
Yeah.
And it'll work because obviously, you know what I'm saying, McDaniels will know, what he can get out of Parham.
Yeah.
And it'll be the dollar amount that he's worth. Because it won't be, honestly, he won't get any. It's not like he's going to get a situation like our linebacker. You know what I'm saying, that went to the Patriots. Or Merrick, you know what I'm saying? Merrick left and got the bag, you know what I'm saying? Why am I drawing a blank on his name?
Epps?
No, who's our linebacker?
Epps went back to Philly. Bobby Spillane.
Yes,
Robert.
Spillane. You know what I'm saying? Robert Spillane got the bag, you know what I'm saying? That's why he, you know what I'm saying, took off. But Parham, he ain't gonna get the bag. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get a rotational dollar. He gonna get the veteran dollar. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which is, 3, maybe 5, something like that.
Word.
So that's where that's at with him, and that's why I said he might we might throw him a low dollar, and if he comes back, he comes back, but he definitely be a backup.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some work to do, brother. We got some work to do. It's not overnight for sure, and there's no quick fix to this either. I don't know. I don't know what Raider Nation is thinking, but it's going to be a few years.
Raider Ben, good to see you, man.
My dog.
You already know. You already know. You can open the fridge and get some Kool-Aid over here, dog. I don't know if you you know what I'm saying, I don't know where you at, but thanks for coming in.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, I gave conspiracies today. I gave my little thought on really what's going on with this team and why we had 2 wins. You know, have you seen anybody? Did you watch the games today?
I watched a little bit of the Packer game. I did watch the Bears game a little bit too. Oh,
Did
the
you?
Bears. I mean, the Bears and the Packers. But who else was it? The Redskins and the Eagles. That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm noticing a lot of old Raiders, bro. A lot of old Raiders playing the meaningful games.
You too. You noticed that?
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna get smacked around by a few tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I with Autry and Edwards. I think
Look, I get
who
mad
else?
at that every single time when I think about it, dog. There
Yeah,
was a time where we had Danico Autry and Shelby Harris
yeah.
on the same squad. It wasn't
We
like,
let
oh yeah, that was
we let them walk.
the last regime. No, they were on the team at the same time.
We let them walk for nothing.
And again, we let those dudes walk. It wasn't even like
We don't retain talent. When we do have it, we don't retain it, and then they go somewhere else and they're successful. Good for
they
them,
were
but
they
fuck.
were on rookie contracts.
Yeah, it was always playing that cheap labor shit. Fucking
Cheap.
oh god, gosh.
And that's why I preach it, dog. That's why over here at Raider Twuan in the congregation, I preach the cheap labor, because the cheap labor is actually where it's at, dog. If we really invest in cheap labor, there'll be a whole lot of things we could do some really nasty things in free agency.
I agree, bro, but we need a foundation as well. We can't just be lowballing everybody and expect everybody just to be like, yeah, let's go win 6 games, 2 games. Like it's
No, you don't lowball the when I talk about cheap labor, I'm not talking about free agency contracts. I'm talking about these rookie, you draft well.
yeah, oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And
Our
then
drafts are
because
fucking
you're drafting well and you're putting those guys in certain places and they're doing well, then you can be like, oh, we need a good linebacker. Let's go ahead and spend money on that.
yeah.
Or all we need is a number one wide receiver.
Yeah.
T. Higgins is out there. Okay, let's throw a couple of dollars at him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where you spend money on. You know what I'm saying? You get freaky with, you know what I'm saying? How pause or however you want to call it. You know, I don't pause, I press play. You know what I'm saying? You get freaky with some of those guys out there in free agency, but then you got those core guys in your draft where you ain't gotta. That's why I said if you draft running back right this year, you got 4 years of two running backs on rookie deals. You're not spending money at running back. So where else can I spend money? We already said we got to spend money on this offensive line. Where else can we spend money to really make this team good? Corner.
Another edge, corner.
Maybe. Okay, you draft a good edge, but then you pay for that proven defensive tackle. Because I would pay if I was going to spend. I'd rather spend on the defensive tackle than the edge.
Yeah, I think we did that. We tried that with Christian, and I don't know if we're going back that route.
But
Yeah.
I will say,
I agree with you though. That's the good move. But I think because of more recent,
it worked. It just happened to be that the one that we got decides that he wants to kiss everybody.
yeah.
Outside of that, when Christian Wilkins was out there, it was that D line was getting at it. Because Max, and it wasn't even like the D line, it was just literally Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins you know what I'm saying, stirring the drink on that. But it still made our defensive line something to be like, oh snap, like the quarterback had to really, you know what I'm saying, think about it. Right now, it's just like, let me just shift everything to Max Crosby.
This ain't your grandfather's Raiders no more.
So, yeah, I would throw at defense tackle because I think, be honest with you, I think the veteran defensive tackles, I think you really need that, especially pass rushing wise. Like, I don't, unless you get like a Jalen Carter or something like that, you draft somebody like that, you know. I don't see too many defensive tackles rushing wise this year. I gotta keep digging. You know what I'm saying, in the draft to see that, but right now I don't see it. So I would spend money at defensive tackle, get a proven pass rush defensive tackle. You know what I'm saying? And then just get you a a top guy out of the draft, second round or whatever, and go about it like that. But again, when you draft well in certain spots, then you can start spending money in certain areas where you're putting sugar on something that could be really sweet for us.
Yeah.
Because that's what these other guys are doing. What everybody talks about the Eagles, right? The Eagles drafted well, and then what did they do? Spent money on Saquon.
Yep.
What did the Ravens do? Draft well. What did they do? Spend money on Derrick Henry. Because you have it. You got the money now because everybody's under cheap contract. You ain't got all this money tied up in vets.
Young and fast on defense.
And that's the way to go. That is the way to go.
Yep. Well, I appreciate you having me, Twuan. I'm gonna get out your hair.
Yeah, I'm about to kick rocks, man. I didn't know I was gonna be here for 2 hours and 33 minutes, but
Yeah.
it is. I haven't been on here for a while. I don't know when I'll be back. Definitely, you guys. Nate, you already know, much love. You already know. You already know what flavor the Kool-Aid is in my refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? Over here at Raider Twuan in the congregation, man. I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
You guys, make sure you guys hit that notification bell. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button on Raider Nate's channel. You know what I'm saying? Show him some love. Show him some support. Don't be mean. Double tap his screen. You know what I'm saying? When he goes live and does what he does, obviously, you guys know he be giving that good old Raider gospel for sure.
Appreciate you, brother. Y'all take care, Raider Nation.
On the next one, man.
Till next time. Yep. Peace.
Yeah. Hey, make sure you guys, again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as we go along. You guys already know. Much love for you guys. I'm going to get off this thing eventually, right? Let me pay some bills. You guys already know here at Raider Twuan, we are advocates for being an organ donor. So please be an organ donor, okay? That's always down in the description of all my videos and all my lives, okay? Also, if you want some motivation, some encouragement on every day, send a text of encouragement to you. There, text the word connect to 510-345-1660. Text the word connect to 345-160. Oh, I'm sorry. 510-345-1660. It would help for me to read it, right? Text connect to 510-345-1660. Okay. You guys already know we are on our way to 1K subscribers. Go ahead and be a subscriber. Hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want to be a financial blessing to this channel, this is how you are able to do that. $Twuan is the Cash App, and at Twuan. Okay, at Twuan is Venmo. Also, at Twuan is my IG. Hit me up on IG if you need prayer for you or your family members. Hit me up on IG, son. Slide in the DM. Let me know what you want me to be in prayer for, and I will be in prayer for that specific thing. Okay, so definitely hit me up on IG because I want to be concerned, and I am concerned about each and every one of you guys in the nation. Again, like I say this all the time, I care about you guys. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't care about me. Okay. Much love to you guys. Hey, Rosetown is in here with the brown crackers. I gotta get some more brown crackers. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get the brown crackers ready to go for my next live. And again, I appreciate you guys for coming in. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for just being you through this time. I know that things can be rough during the season, so definitely I'm going to be here for you guys. Please reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? Closed mouths don't get fed. You know what I'm saying? So definitely reach out to me if you're going through it. You know what I'm saying? Through the seasons or through the holidays is a little rough for you. Whatever it is, definitely I am here for you. Okay? Okay, I don't say that just to say that. I really mean that. And those in the comment section know how I am and who I am. So, yeah, I'm here for you. Please reach out to me because, again, I want to be there for you. Keep me in prayer. Keep Gord and his family in prayer during this time. The holidays is always rough on people who have, struggling with their loved ones. So definitely be in prayer for that. Hopefully I'll be back next week before Christmas. I'm gonna try to do that, but definitely make sure you guys hit that notification bell so that I can get you guys in here and we can get it going. Hopefully I'm gonna try to cook up something maybe Tuesday for you guys. We'll see what we got tomorrow. I might do player of the week. And then, I'll do maybe a live on Tuesday before Christmas. It might be just an open panel pull up again. But I appreciate you guys coming in. I know I'm talking long because it's been a while. But I really thank you guys for all that you guys do. Reach out to Cool Kev. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Reach out to Cool Kev, you know what I'm saying, for his birthday. You know what I'm saying? Deacon Kev over here, but definitely you guys know I got much love for Cool Kev. Has a special place in my heart. Been a guy that I came in with, you know what I'm saying, and got to know in the day ones of me doing YouTube. So definitely happy birthday to Cool Kev. And let me do the, you know what I'm saying? Let me do the Cool Kev. You know what I'm saying? This video was actually for Cool Kev. Where's it at? Yeah, this was for Cool Kev.
Just dry.
Just dry. All right, hey, you guys already know. Let me get up out of here because I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? I'm like this.
You smoke crack, don't you?
Yeah, I feel like I'm, you know what I'm saying, not on crack, but you know what I'm saying, I feel like I'm just mumbling just to mumble.
Fucking Stizan.
Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
Hey, and remember, you're a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else. And I really do mean that. You're a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else. And let's go! Raiders.
What I'm low. yelling at officials, that flaming red hair, those arms moving left and right, screaming at Raider players, and most of all, winning football fields. Today is a day when our heroes of the past become our legends of the future. Time never really stops for the great ones. We wrap them in a cloak of immortality and remember what great people they were. We recognize you, Virginia Matt, his sons Mike and Joey. They were a football family, so that John could pursue his dreams.
To Raider Twuan and a tribute to John Madden and Al Davis. We declare that the fire that burns the brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.
Hey, Raider Twuan here. You must watch one of my videos or lives. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and it's right there. Or if you want to watch one of my videos, watch it right there. And let's go, Raiders.